So I'm joined by the VP of Customer Experience at Colt, Harsha. Good to see you.
Hello, sir. How are you?
Very well, thank you. Now, one of the things you talked about in your talk this morning was how telcos talk about customer experience as an abstract thing.
Yeah.
Why is that wrong?
One of the fundamental problems that we have, especially in telco industry, is it's like black box for the entire community. We use it on a day-to-day basis, we consume it on a day-to-day basis, but as soon as from a customer asks a simple question, why my broadband is not working, there is absolutely no way to explain even a simplest question as simple as that to a customer that he understands. Your broadband is not working because of A, B, C, D. And everything is a black box for him, and he thinks, we trying to explain things in technology, technocratic terms, and nobody understands it. And we explain it in terms that is more difficult for us to understand. And for us, once we do not understand that, we don't know how to explain it to themselves. So the key thing is, how do we make our entire landscape, including the network, infrastructure, people, simple? And we have been at it for a long time, and we have failed to simplify everything, organizationally, infrastructure point of view, network point of view, systems point of view, the entire landscape. And we ourselves do not know how to simplify, and that actually reflects in our answers, in our experience that we give to the customers. Everything, like I was mentioning, is a daisy chain of miracles. To get to a customer, to get the solution and the experience that we want to give to the customers, it almost seems like it happens by luck. And that's what one of the key reasons that we are trying to move away, to explain things simple, to make our life simple and by the end of it, make customers' life simple.
Okay. Now, one of the things that Colt is focused on is your NPS score. You've got a market-leading score in the telco world, and you plan to, I think, almost double it over the next few years, up to 60. Just tell us why that's such an important metric for you, and what specific things are you going to focus on to, sort of, they say, double that score over the next few years?
Look, to baseline ourselves, something has to be very measurable, right? I was talking about, when we talk about customer experience and what is it, how are we measured from the context of customers, what is our measurement so that we know exactly what our objectives are. If we don't know what we are measuring against, then all hell will break loose. Everybody will have their own opinion. One of the key things, the promoters and the detractors, the customers perceive the solutions and the services that we give, that human interaction on a day-to-day basis that we give them, actually reflects in many avatars. But one of the key KPIs is it's measurable. Number one, it's simple to understand. And then we know exactly what are the key things that we need to focus on and what we are excelling on. So that's why we are now focused on NPS, because it gives us the ability to see where we are good at, where we need to improve, and where we need to go. Like I said, we are best in the world, and our target is to, by 2020, to achieve 60. Currently, we are in the region of 35. Our target for 2017 is 41. And the solution and the innovative programs that we are putting together, including the aspects of people, aspects of network, aspects of Salesforce transformation, and definitely the aspects of customer experience program, will actually take us towards the number, so to speak.
Okay. Obviously, Colt very much focused on the enterprise space. You personally have worked across enterprise and the retail sector. What are your thoughts on how customer experience differs between serving retail customers and enterprise customers?
It's again, I'll go back to this abstract. At least in the context of B2C, there is a Joe, there is a Jane, and then you can actually identify to a specific person who's talking to. As soon as we move to B2B, we're talking in edifices, actually. We're talking about an organization, and there is no reality to that organization. We're talking about, let's say, AT&T serves something to Colt, and the names itself doesn't. Enterprise to enterprise is not a living, breathing organism. It's an entity that exists only in the context of few people, but it has no value at the human level. So that's the biggest thing, actually. How do we, in B2B space, when we are talking about connecting globally for the same customers in 25 different countries, we are actually talking about connecting customers locally, although it's a global customer. So again, it's talking in abstract, talking in the context of an entity that nobody understands, and it has to have a human value to it. The human experience is completely missing in B2B. That's one big difference, actually. At least, we talk about, oh, who's your customer? Oh, my customer is Credit Suisse. Is Credit Suisse really the customer? Credit Suisse is the name of a company, but is the customer is the people who are, experiencing our solution. Same thing from, other B2B to us, actually. So how do we get to a level where, although it is B2B, to give the experience you need to get to a level where you're talking to a Joe or a Jane, irrespective whether it's B2C or B2B.
Harsha, thank you very much.
Thanks a lot.